Hello, it's Nicko with Food Cravings, and today we're making Trottole with pancetta and zucchini and cream sauce. This is a very popular Italian pasta dish with no ordinary meaning. Trottole, in fact, alludes to pasta shaped like spinning tops. So this could possibly mean pasta in motion, better known as inertia. Maybe it's an Italian thing. For this recipe, first we'll need 1 pound of pancetta thinly sliced, and no, you can't use bacon for this. There are no substitutes this time, just trust me. Next we'll bust out with the mandolin and just slice some zucchini, and I don't know what came over me here, but I must have inherited some superpowers from the Flash or something, because this was ready in no time. And although it may look like it took like 2 seconds to do this, don't try this at home without a mandolin guard. I've been doing this for over 25 years, so I'm used to it. Once we're done slicing our zucchini, we set that aside and move on to the pasta water. Yes, I waited until the bubbles started forming to salt and stir it. After giving it a stir, I closed the lid so that the water could boil. After it comes to a boil, what we'll do next is what I did. Dump in the pasta bit by bit. You see the water is like seawater. We're gonna go ahead and stir that. But first, we're gonna go ahead and add the rest of the pasta in there and cover it to boil. And of course stir it a bit. Next, we'll move on to slicing our pancetta. Here I began slicing, then dicing, and all the while I had a pan secretly on medium to high heat in which I dumped in the pancetta. And I know you guys are waiting for it. The sizzle's coming. Don't you just love those moments? Next, it was time to drain our pasta. After straining all the liquid, I set that aside and went to check on the pancetta. I know, there's that sizzle again. Well, I guess we're doing something right. And since you guys wanted a closer look, I gave you one. But now it was back to flipping and stirring and stirring and flipping again until everything rendered out nicely. I know there's a zucchini moment coming on, but you guys gotta wait for it. Right there I was showing off my flipping skills before stirring again. Moments later, the zucchini dropped by the party. My pan couldn't be happier at this time. And fast forward through this part, but I was flipping the zucchini with the pancetta, making sure that the zucchini was incorporating all the delicious byproduct flavors that the pancetta was rendering out. See? And now it's time to drop in the butter. And so I did before hitting it with a little bit of cream. Next, what we'll do is go ahead and stir that around so that it's evenly incorporated, the butter is melted, and the cream is thickened. And we'll go ahead and give that another stir. Then we'll cover it with the lid so that it continues thickening. As it bubbles away, we'll just sit back and admire it for a moment. We've earned it. And here, as I was stirring a second ago, you could see how thick the cream mixture is. That's exactly where you want to stop your mixing at. You don't need to go any more than that. Too bad I couldn't take my own advice, because I knew better than that. After all, we were building flavor bombs. And it was at this point where I hit it with some pasta water and some freshly cracked black pepper. At which point in time, I stirred it again until letting it simmer for a little longer. As the mixture continued bubbling away to its final stages, it was time to combine it with the pasta that was strained. And I made sure to combine all this evenly, you can see, until well incorporated. Man, this looked so good. Shortly thereafter, it was time to plate up. So I began spooning copious amounts of this pasta mixture onto the bowl before going in for a taste. At this point, with the pasta all cheesy like this, incorporated with the cream combined with the salty bite of the pancetta and the zucchini, drawing in all those flavors, the combination was to die for. I mean, look how gorgeous this looks. It's perfect just the way it is. You could possibly add in a sprinkling of pecorino, but I wouldn't. I would leave it just the way it is. Now, I was preparing myself for such epicness to go in for a taste and sample it finally. But first, I realized there wasn't a drizzle of any kind or a sprinkling. And luckily, I was able to call the forecast We were expecting light drizzles of parsley. Yup, you guessed it. That's Chef Nicko style. And finally, I went in for a taste. At first bite, the savory combination of the creamy pecorino sauce and the zucchini with the pancetta, it's a combo you can't beat. You'd have to taste it for yourself to realize just what I mean. I hope you've enjoyed my recipe for trottole with pancetta and zucchini and cream sauce. Now you can dazzle your family and friends with this wonderful addition to your weeknight meals. And don't forget to like and subscribe. For ingredient amount and more info, please visit www.chefnickostyle.blogspot.com. Thank you, bon appetit, and enjoy!